Ezzo, sometimes called Ehrenfried, Count Palatine of Lotharingia of the Ezzonen dynasty, brother-in-law of Emperor Otto III, father of Queen Richeza of Poland and many other illustrious children, is undoubtedly one of the most important figures of the Rhenish history of his time. Life. Ezzo was the son of Hermann, Count Palatine of Lotharingia. Born around 955, he was sent as a child to be educated by his relative, Bishop Ulrich of Augsburg. Nothing is known about his youth. Having married Matilda of Germany, a daughter of Emperor Otto II and Theophanus, Ezzo became prominent during the reign of his brother-in-law, Emperor Otto III. The marriage was expressly consented by the Dowager Empress Theophanus, probably to rally the powerful family of Ezzo to the throne. Matilda received as dowry out of Ottonian possessions lands in Thuringia and Franconia, while her husband gave her his dowry, the family estate of Brauville. At the death of his father in 996, Hermann's rich allodial property was shared between his sons. Ezzo received lands in the Moselle, in Maifeld, the Flamersheimer Wald and the Tomberg, as well as half the usufruct of Villewalden. About the same time, he must have received the Palatinate and previous countal rights, as he is referred as Count in Elgau in 1015 and as Count Palatine in Bongau in 1020. He also received the county of Ruhrgau with tutelage of the Abbey of Essen. Unsuccessful candidate to the imperial throne at the death of Otto III, his relation with the new Emperor Henry II was immediately very tensed. Henry II disputed Ezzo's ownership of territories that Ezzo defended as his wife's inheritance of Otto III. The conflict dragged on for years, reached its peak in 1011. Facing disturbances in Lotharingia and in need for Ezzo's military support, the emperor was forced to come to terms. Ezzo's victory led to Henry II to make concessions and to a complete transformation of its policy. He reconciled with Ezzo, recognized its rights of inheritance and gave him the royal territories of Kaiserswerth, Duisburg and Saalfeld for renouncing to the throne. He also associated the Palatine dynasty to his eastern policies, and mediated the marriage of Ezzo's daughter Richeza with the heir to the Polish Duke Moscow II. These huge territorial concessions made Ezzo the most powerful man in the empire after the emperor. Ezzo's growing power and the increased prestige of his house were reflected in the founding of the family Brauviller Abbey near Cologne, the place where his marriage had been celebrated, whose construction began after a trip to Rome of the couple in 1024. The monastery, which was consecrated in 1028 by Pilgrim, Archbishop of Cologne, was to be the grave and spiritual center of Palatine dynasty. The first member of the family buried there was Ezzo, wife Matilda, who died on the 4th of November 1025. Very little is known about Ezzo's later life, but we are told that he died at a great age at Saalfeld on the 21st of March 1034. And was buried in Brauville. Ezzo has been quite an impressive personality, even if the reporting on his life and offices, described by the glorifying author of Fundosho Monastery Brunweilerensis, may be exaggerated. He was mostly active in political affairs when it came to his own interests and the standing of his house, and where he could increase his territories and authority. His dexterous management of the favors of Empress Theophano, Emperor Otto III and later Henry II, testify of his personal ambition and political dexterity. Children. Ezzo and Matilda left 3 sons and 7 daughters. The first 2 sons, Ludolf and Otto, were aimed at perpetuating the dynasty, while the third, Hermann, was raised to enter the clergy. Of the 7 daughters, only Richeza was conspicuously married, while the others were placed in monasteries of which they all became abbesses. Ludolf, Count of Zutphen, Otto I, Count Palatine of Lotharingia and later Duke of Swabia as Otto II. Hermann II, Archbishop of Cologne, Theophanus, Abbess of Essen and Jerisheim. Richeza, Queen of Poland, married with King Mieszko II of Poland. Adelheid, Abbess of Nivelles. Helwig, Abbess of Neuss. Matilda, Abbess of Dietkirchen and Villach. Sophie, Abbess of St. Maria, Mainz. Ida, Abbess of Cologne and Gandersheim Abbey. After the death of his wife, Ezzo had another son named Henry, later Abbot of Gors, with a concubine.